What is going on, Jerome's? Minnesota Fighting Vikings potentially need some cornerback help, and it helps that it is potentially one of the best cornerback drafts in recent memory. Bucky Brooks of NFL Network, former NFL player, former NFL scout, did up his mock draft 2.0, and we said this a bunch, whether it's Daniel Jeremiah, Bucky Brooks, guys that have actually been in the trenches in scouting departments and knowing the thinking of some of these decision makers, and also still having ties with a lot of these GMs and scouts and decision makers. I give their mock drafts a little bit more weight because, again, big boards is what they see, mock drafts is what they hear. So, I mean, Bucky and DJ and other guys that have scouting experience, maybe they hear, Team X really likes this, or the consensus in the league on player A is higher than it is with draft Twitter, or vice versa. So, when there's some anomalies, we'll say, when it comes to like Bucky Brooks and Daniel Jeremiah's mock drafts, definitely pay a lot more attention versus what's going on in the regular draft sphere. But going through his mock draft 2.0, Vikings, spoiler alert, do grab a corner. Now, this was released before all the Jalen Carter news, but Carter's still up at 1. I don't believe there's trades involved here. So Carter 1, Bryce Young 2, yes. Bryce Young, allegedly he's checked in at 6 foot in what, cleats or heels or platform shoes, whatever. Will Anderson 3 of the Cardinals. Cardinals are in a tough spot, man. Well, not only do their facilities apparently suck according to their own players, but they have a lot of needs. So this would be a prime trade down spot if there was trades. Stroud to Indianapolis. I think that's a great pairing and fit. Yes, you could gamble on Levis and Richardson, but the floor for CJ Stroud is extremely high. And also, he does have a good ceiling too. Tyree Wilson. Some people are saying that maybe Wilson goes as the first edge rusher, even above Will Anderson, just because of his potential. Daniel Jeremiah is one of those guys, but Tyree Wilson to Seattle, who need a lot of help with that pass rush. Myles Murphy going to the Lions. This sucks. So you got Myles Murphy with Aiden Hutchinson and James Houston. Come on. Levis falls all the way to the Raiders at 7. 8, Skoronski goes to the Falcons, which could make sense, especially if they lose McGarry in free agency. Osiris Torrance. So this is the first one that makes you go, So Torrance, stud, probably is going to be the first interior offensive lineman off the board. But you see a lot of mocks where he's late first, maybe even in the second, but Bucky has him going top 10. And the Panthers going in that direction, even with Richardson still on board. So that's something that makes you stand up and go, So maybe the consensus around the league is that they're higher on Torrance than the draft community. Paris Johnson to the Eagles, probably Lane Johnson's replacement. Broderick Jones, the great Georgia tackle. Now, they're not scared by what happened with their last Georgia tackle. Again, scout the player, not the helmet. Yeah, makes sense. Addison goes to the Texans. So you got Addison as the security blanket for Bryce Young. That's going to be a great duo going forward. Brian Bruzzi going to the Jets. That's just the rich getting richer. So Brian Bruzzi along with Quinnen Williams. Let's go. Brian Branch goes to the Patriots. I hate it. I absolutely hate this because he's perfect. Brian Branch really is perfect. Michael Mayer going to the Packers. So the big goodbye to Larry Bird, Indiana State tight end. Michael Mayer, it's going to be Friday the 13th. Michael Mayer is a very talented player. Christian Gonzalez goes to the Commies, where I don't know. Like in this spot, Richardson, apparently Bucky's a lot lower on Richardson than other people, but, here to the Commies, like you really rolling with Sam Howell? Really, that's the plan, huh? Steelers, Joey Porter Jr., yes, legacy pick. I love it. Lions, Devin Witherspoon falls all the way to him. Now, Witherspoon is, what was it, cornerback 3-4 off the board. So a lot of people are really high on Witherspoon. A lot of people have the Lions taking Witherspoon at 6. But I think that he's definitely a very good man-to-man corner. But do you bet on the size of Gonzalez and Porter a little bit more? Possibly, even though Witherspoon was an absolute stud for the Illini last year. Keon White, betting on potential. So he goes to the Buccaneers. Now, this would make sense for the Richardson pick. I don't know. 20, the Seahawks go Kaylee, who I love coming out of Georgia. So the Seahawks double down on defense. Keeley with Woolen and Kobe Bryant. Damn. Then 21, you got the Chargers going with Bijan Robinson with Eckler. That's a nice 1-2 combination. Smith and Jigba is off the board to the Ravens. Finally, they get Lamar Jackson. Is Richardson not even taken? Yeah, Richardson's not even taken in the first round. So I don't know if this is Bucky's assessment of the player or if this is what he's hearing around the league, because everything that is being reported is that Richardson is probably destined to be a top 10 pick. So this could just be Bucky's assessment of Richardson, which is fine. But, I mean, I do not expect Anthony Richardson to be on board for the Vikings at 23. But if he is, that's tough. That's a really tough decision. Both the Vikings go Emmanuel, Forbes. Only one wide receiver is off the board in Addison. Two with JSN going to the Ravens. But Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnston, that would be really hard to pass on, because I'm not as high on Johnston as some evaluators, but I think that he would slot in very nicely, with his size as the wide receiver 2 to Justin Jefferson. So that would be tough to pass up on. That's whatever there. But the Vikings going with Emmanuel Forbes. New defense coordinator Brian Flores wants to bring pressure, but needs a solid set of corners with the capacity to hold their own in coverage. Forbes is a ball hawk with exceptional eyes, instincts, and skills. And yeah, the whole, Cameron Dantzler is blah, 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 blah. Yes. Again, scout the player, not the helmet, even though a lot of Forbes drawbacks, given his frame and stuff. I mean, this is exactly what happened with Dantzler when he was coming out of Mississippi State. Eventually was a third-round pick in 2020. But Forbes, 22 years young, 6 foot, $180, 2022 consensus All-American, absolute ball hawk, 6 interceptions in 2022. All of his interceptions came in man coverage, by the way. Also, he returned 3 to the house, which is amazing, man. 10 passes broken up, 87.2 PFF grade as a junior, man-to-man coverage specialist, and also played his final seasons under Mike Leach. Rest in power, Pirate. So I do like Forbes, and I think given the greatness of this cornerback class, I think he is overlooked, but landing him at 23, just a man-to-man specialist, a guy that you can just sort of set it and forget it, and also you love his aggression in the run game as well. If you can add a little bit of weight, which, given the Vikings rating with the weight room and nutrition, shouldn't be a problem. I like this pick. Kincaid goes to the Jaguars if they can't get something done with Evan Ingram. You can buy me Zay Flowers. Goes to the Giants. That's actually a really great fit. Johnston goes to the Cowboys. So you got Johnson and CD. I kind of like it, not gonna lie. Antonio Johnson, so Porter's probably gonna leave in free agency, and Johnson gives them a versatile piece on the back end for whoever's gonna be the DC. Cam Smith to the Bengals. Hopefully they can finally get Eli Apple off the field. Jahmyr Gibbs goes to the Saints, which is ironic because Gibbs really is a bit of a clone of Kamara, who's gonna be probably going to be missing some games. Lucas Van Ness, Diet J.J. Watt goes to the Eagles, which kind of sucks. And then Jalen Hyatt goes to the Chiefs. Mama, he can't keep getting away with this. How does this happen? Man? It's ridiculous. But your thoughts on our thoughts. Bucky Brooks, Mock Draft 2.0. Vikings go Emmanuel Forbes, the lengthy man-to-man cornerback specialist out of Mississippi State. Let us know your thoughts on our thoughts and his thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.